Hi everyone, happy Sunday. Getting my camera ready per usual. Um, a couple of things I want to talk about in this video um, that has happened over the past couple days, and just some new things that I've been reading and listening to and interpreting and experiencing for myself. Um, so I want to say on Thursday, I don't know what day, it doesn't really matter. I got into an Uber or a Lyft, and the Lyft driver, it's always very interesting to see what the universe is gonna, or what my mind is going to conspire that day or bring forth. But I had a Lyft driver that day who was into this type of stuff, and I very rarely have had that. But I guess once again, now that I'm evolving in this path, apparently this is kind of what happens. It starts to show up in your reality more so. And this is what he said. He definitely said in the car. He said, I'm trying to summarize it. I've been saying it in my past videos, but he said, we are all living in these individual realities, basically, which I understood and I've heard before, and but just to hear him actually say it and confirm it was like, oh yes. Now, with that being said, I want to read something also from Byron Katie, and then it says, okay, you have to change inside, then the outside will match that. When you are shut down and frightened, the world will seem hostile. When you love what is, everything in the world becomes the beloved. They are all reflections of each other. The world is the mirror image of your mind. So once again, if you're watching these type of videos, I think that you already understand that. But just to hear the Uber driver say, just to meet him, first of all, and then hear him say, like, oh, we are all living in these individual realities like this. I'm still now in the space of trying to see it for myself exactly, or just kind of really trying to understand exactly how that works. Like, for example, I know that I guess, like, let's say there's me and then there's another person. Kelly, the character named Kelly, is going around and she is viewing these objects and these people as how she believes them to be, and then the other person is doing the same thing. So in my understanding, reality is completely different for both of us because of these things are what we believe them to be. And those things that we believe them to be come from our own experiences and past conditionings and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. Okay, I guess I just had to verbalize it on camera. These videos, I watch these probably back myself more so than you guys, because they help me. Like, it's kind of like when I talk, I get to hear myself and kind of understand myself even better. So, yeah. But now, with that being said, let's talk about the eye, because the eye is very interesting. And I heard a video last night, once again, from Byron Katie. Love her to death. And the eye, the moment you open your eyes and you say, I have to use the bathroom, the eye exists. There is no you at all until you start to think and attach to the thought. That's it. Like, the moment you, anything. So that is why, tying it in with Eckhart Tolle and the present moment and everything else, the thought doesn't do anyone any favors until it does. That makes sense. Thought is not needed until it's needed. Even if you are thinking whatever, once again, no separation. That's still a part of it. Perfection unfolding. But let's keep in mind always that the I doesn't exist until you wake up and say I ... I'm hungry. I gotta call my mother. I gotta use the bathroom. I have to go to work. I have to work out. I have to sleep. I don't want to do anything. I. Nothing was going on. You didn't even exist. No thoughts, no anxiety, nothing, until you woke up and started saying the I. So, I've been practicing really just kind of sitting and being, like literally in the present moment. And I guess that's what they mean by the energetic shift. More so for me, that's what's happening more and more each day. It's just really, really letting go of the process of thought until it's needed. And just literally just sitting and staring. Because I'm just so curious to see when the thoughts come up and what the hell has been playing out. Because you'll see whatever comes up once you start this is what the hell has been playing out for the last such and such years of your life. So it's just very interesting to see this story just go from my eye. The stuff that I have, the stuff that my eye has created and attached to is ridiculous. But once again, it's still nothing separate. So it's still beautiful because it's coming together. It's helping me make videos like this. Last but not least, let's talk about the realness of the traumas still being in the body. Because on Friday, I had to do a presentation at work. Every Friday, we have to do a little, like a group meeting. It's only about 4 or 5 of us on Zoom. And I know these people at this point. I've been at this job for a couple of months now. Point is, there's no need for me to be nervous. I know these people. I kind of know what I'm talking about for the most part, kind of, sort of, when I'm giving that presentation. But I practiced to make sure that I wasn't nervous, because last week I noticed that once these started, I would speak and I would get nervous. And I was just like, what is going on? I know I've always had a fear of public speaking, but I used to be a flight attendant for years. I kind of became a flight attendant to train myself to stop that. Let's say the conditioning kind of knew that this was its path, and it knew it needed to be trained to kind of get out of the nervousness of public speaking. So flight attending appeared as a career. But yeah, that it was still some nervousness left in the conditioning, and it started coming out again during these presentations. So I was like, what's going on? Last week, I had coffee. So I was like, oh, maybe it's the coffee. Okay, coffee, heart palpitations, blah, blah, blah. Like, can't do that anymore. And then this Friday, I had the meeting again, no coffee. And I was speaking. And literally, I became a witness to myself being nervous. Like, I had prepared for the presentation and everything. And I felt my heart beating. I felt myself being nervous. And in my mind, it was such a crazy experience. In my mind, I was just like I'm still talking and presenting, but I'm like, yo, I'm really getting nervous right now. And there's no need for me to be nervous. Like, I'm not nervous, but the body, the conditioning is nervous. So I say that to say, that's a perfect example of how you can mentally understand this, but the body didn't catch up yet. So yeah, that was disappointing, but enlightening to see that. Like, oh, this is okay. Like this, it just explained a lot. Like, just how deep my fears go, in my conditioning about whatever has happened to me and why I don't like to public speak and all of that type of stuff. All of us, we all have that fear, but I have a real deep social anxiety. I've had it for years, and you would know sometimes, but not really. You would think I'm an extrovert, but just to see that play out like that was very interesting. So yeah, now I'm just like, okay, now I know that's there. That's the beautiful part about this, though. Everything has the opportunity to come up now. So now that that's come up and I'm aware of that, now I can start the vessel tricks. Whether that's, I might start taking my ADHD medication, like just those days, to see if that helps with that. It might. I feel like I've done it before, and it kind of did, but we'll see. But now I get to experiment and see how to release the trauma in the conditioning, so that doesn't happen again, because I don't. It's unnecessary. So yeah. Was necessary until it's unnecessary. Until it falls away. Clearly it's necessary because it's happening. So until it falls away, then yeah, so be it. But yeah, just stay aware of your conditioning, and even when you reach enlightenment, which is really a future experience. So nobody is enlightened, because that's the future. Like, only in the present moment is where you can be when you're enlightened to the truth, which is this. But even when you experience this, there can still be like trauma in the conditioning. So stay aware, witness, and yeah, that's it. Stay tuned. There might be a part 2 to this.